There is a raw truth nobody tells you. The world doesn't reward effort. It doesn't reward sacrifice. It doesn't reward how many nights you stayed up, how many people you carried, or how many times you put yourself last. The world rewards one thing, and one thing only: the power you choose to claim over your own mind, body, and destiny. Tony Robbins didn't build an empire from motivation. He built it from a ruthless understanding of human mechanics. And today, that understanding becomes yours. The next 20 minutes will not give you another pep talk. We are going to dismantle the invisible ceiling that has been governing your results and replace it with the most powerful technology ever discovered: the deliberate engineering of your own mental and physical state. Stay with me, because by the time this ends, you won't just feel different, you will be wired differently. To activate this reprogramming, comment right now: "I claim my unlimited power." Every result in your life, every relationship, every financial outcome, every moment of joy or suffering is a direct consequence of your beliefs, not your talent, not your circumstances, your beliefs. In Unlimited Power, Tony Robbins introduces what he calls the science of personal achievement. And at the foundation of that science is a single, almost uncomfortable truth. What you believe about yourself and the world is the source code of your reality. The human brain doesn't operate on facts. It operates on representations, internal pictures, sounds, and feelings that it uses to generate meaning. And meaning drives everything. Two people can face the exact same setback and walk away with completely different lives, because they assigned completely different meaning to what happened. One says, "This happened to me." The other says, "This happened for me." The neuroscience confirms it. When your belief system is locked in scarcity, your reticular activating system, the brain's filtering mechanism, screens out every opportunity that contradicts that belief. You walk past doors you cannot see because your brain has decided they don't exist for you. But the moment you shift your belief, the moment you decide at a cellular level that success, health, and deep connection are not just possible but inevitable, that same filter begins surfacing opportunities you were always surrounded by but never noticed. Your beliefs are not your biography. They are your blueprint, and blueprints can be redrawn. Write in the comments, "My beliefs are my blueprint, and I am redesigning them now." Tony Robbins built his entire early career on one revolutionary insight. Before strategy, before skill, before anything else, state governs performance. Your emotional and physiological state in any given moment is the single greatest predictor of what you will do, how you will think, and what you will attract. State is not a feeling you wait for. State is something you architect. Robbins identified that human beings have a direct biological feedback loop between movement and emotion. The way you hold your body is not a consequence of how you feel. It is a cause of how you feel. Neuroscientists now call this embodied cognition, but Robbins was teaching it before it had a name. When you collapse your posture, shallow your breathing, and drop your gaze, your adrenal glands flood your bloodstream with cortisol. Your immune system downregulates. Your prefrontal cortex, the seat of creativity, problem solving, and long-term vision, goes offline. You become, chemically, a smaller version of yourself. But here is the power. You can reverse this in under 2 minutes. Consciously changing your physiology, standing tall, breathing deep, moving with intention, triggers an immediate hormonal cascade. Testosterone rises, cortisol falls. your brain shifts into what Robbins calls a peak state: alert, resourceful, and radically capable. This is not motivational abstraction. This is neurobiology, and it is available to you right now, in this moment, without waiting for anything outside of yourself to change first. The peak performers of the world don't wait to feel powerful. They perform the physiology of power, and the feeling follows. Anchor this truth now. Comment: I command my state. I don't wait for it. One of Robbins' most groundbreaking contributions in Unlimited Power is the concept of modeling. The idea that excellence always leaves clues, and that any human result can be replicated if you understand the precise mental and physical patterns that produced it. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. You need to find someone who has already built the vehicle and reverse engineer their inner world. Modeling is not imitation. Imitation is surface level. Modeling goes deep into the beliefs, the mental syntax, the sequence in which a master thinker processes information, and the physiological patterns that together produce extraordinary results. Tony himself modeled peak performers in everything from finance to athletics to martial arts, distilling their internal strategies so that others could achieve in months what took those pioneers decades. This is the essence of what he called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, the technology of human excellence. Here is what this means for you. The results you want already exist in someone else's life, and the exact neural pathway to those results can be mapped, adopted, and installed in your own neurology. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not a gap of talent. It is a gap of strategy. Find the person who has what you want. Study not just what they do, but how they think. What do they believe about obstacles, about failure, about their own identity? Model those patterns and compress your timeline to mastery. Comment: I compress my timeline. I model excellence, and I become it. Everything you do, every decision, every action, every moment of procrastination is driven by a single force: the need to avoid pain and move toward pleasure. This is not a weakness. This is the fundamental operating system of the human nervous system. The problem is not the system. The problem is that most people have it running on the wrong programming. When you link pain to the very things that would transform your life, taking risks, having hard conversations, committing to excellence, your nervous system will sabotage you every time, regardless of how much you consciously want to change. Robbins teaches that the fastest way to create permanent change is to simultaneously make not changing more painful than changing. As long as staying the same feels safe and familiar, your biology will fight your ambitions. But the moment the cost of staying the same becomes unbearable, the moment you feel in your bones the price you are paying for smallness, something shifts at the cellular level. Pain is not your enemy. Misassigned pain is your enemy. When you learn to link massive pain to your limitations and massive pleasure to your growth, you will find that discipline stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like relief. This is the leverage principle, and it is the reason why people who have been struggling for years can transform their lives in a single moment of true clarity, not because something outside of them changed, because the internal cost-benefit calculation finally tipped. Seal this shift. Comment: I choose the pain of growth over the pain of regret. Always. Tony Robbins makes a claim in Unlimited Power that sounds almost too simple to be revolutionary. The words you habitually use are literally reshaping your brain, not metaphorically, literally. Language is not just a communication tool, it is a cognitive architecture. The words you choose to describe your experiences, to yourself and to others, determine the emotional intensity of those experiences and the neural pathways your brain builds around them. If you habitually say you are overwhelmed, your nervous system fires the complete chemical signature of overwhelm. But if you shift to, "I'm in high demand," you change the emotional charge of the identical circumstances, and therefore change your physiological response, your decisions, and your outcomes. Robbins calls this transformational vocabulary. It is one of the most underestimated tools of personal power because it operates invisibly, constantly, at the level of your automatic thoughts. Every time you use a word of limitation, "I can't," "I always," "I'm just," you are reinforcing a neural groove that makes that limitation more real, more solid, more inevitable. And every time you consciously shift to language of agency and expansion, you are carving a new groove. Your inner monologue is either a weapon or a wound. The question is whether you are the one choosing. Reclaim your inner dialogue. Comment: "My words build my world. I speak with power." Unlimited Power is not a book about the mind alone. Robbins was ahead of his time in insisting that true personal power is holistic, that you cannot separate mental excellence from physical excellence. Your body is not a vehicle that carries your brain to meetings. Your body is the instrument through which every thought, belief, and ambition is expressed or suppressed. Robbins draws on energy physiology to argue that the quality of your physical health directly determines the bandwidth of your mental and emotional states. When your body is chronically inflamed, underslept, and nutritionally depleted, you are trying to perform a symphony on a broken instrument. This is not about vanity. This is about cognitive sovereignty. When you take radical ownership of your physical energy, through movement, through what you consume, through the quality of your rest, you are expanding the neurological substrate upon which peak performance is built. Self-care at this level is not a luxury. It is the foundational act of someone who takes their own potential seriously. Every athlete, every CEO, every artist who has achieved at the highest level understands this. Physical mastery and mental mastery are not separate pursuits. They are the same pursuit. When you treat your body as the instrument of your destiny, when you invest in it with the same intentionality, you invest in your career or your relationships, you are sending your nervous system a signal that cannot be faked. You are saying, "I am worth the investment." And that signal changes everything. Comment: "My body is my instrument. I tune it for excellence every day." Here is the culminating truth of unlimited power. Excellence is never accidental. It is always the product of a specific, reproducible inner architecture. The greatest achievers in human history were not lucky. They were precise. They had clarity about what they believed, how they processed information, what states they cultivated, and how they made decisions under pressure. Robbins distills this into 5 keys of unlimited power: a clear and compelling outcome, the ability to take massive action, the sensory acuity to notice whether your actions are working, the behavioral flexibility to change your approach when they're not, and the passion that sustains you through every iteration of the journey. Notice what is not on that list: perfect timing, inherited genius, luck, or the approval of other people. Unlimited power, as Robbins defines it, belongs to no special class of human. It belongs to those who develop the discipline of operating from these principles consistently, not occasionally, not when they feel like it, but as a way of being. Consistency is the compound interest of human performance. Small daily investments in your beliefs, your state, your language, and your body accumulate into a version of yourself that is unrecognizable from who you were, not in years, but in months. This is what Robbins calls the slight edge, the tiny adjustments made daily that seem insignificant in any individual moment, but are transformational in their cumulative effect. Commit to that edge. Comment, "I build my excellence one decision at a time, every day, every moment." We have arrived at the point of convergence. Every principle we've explored, the power of belief, the mastery of state, the technology of modeling, the leverage of pain and pleasure, the architecture of language, the discipline of physical sovereignty, and the consistency of excellence. All of it narrows to a single point: your decision. Not your intention, not your inspiration, your decision. Tony Robbins has worked with heads of state, world-class athletes, and people at the absolute edge of desperation. And in every case, the transformation begins with the same moment, the moment the person decides, not hopes, not wishes, not plans, but decides that their current reality is not their permanent reality. That moment is now. Everything you've heard in this training, your cells have absorbed. The new blueprint has been written. The signal has been sent to your nervous system. The world will test this new posture. Someone will dismiss you. A door will close. An old pattern will whisper. And in that moment, you will have a choice. Fall back into the familiar smallness or hold the frequency of unlimited power. Hold it. Not because it's easy, because you've decided. And a real decision, a true commitment, eliminates all alternatives. The best version of your life is not waiting for circumstances to align. It is waiting for you to align with your own potential. That alignment begins with a single, non-negotiable act of self-authorization. The decision to operate, from this moment forward, as someone who holds unlimited power over their own mind, state, and destiny. You are not a product of your past. You are the architect of your future. And today, right now, is the day the construction begins. To seal this new frequency and signal to the universe that you have taken command of your destiny, I want you to do something powerful right now. Write your first name, the time you finish this training, and this decree. I am the architect of my destiny. I have unlimited power, and my transformation begins now. By writing those words, you are not just commenting on a video. You are making a declaration to yourself, witnessed by a community that vibrates at the same intention. If this training cracked something open in you, subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell so you never miss the next reprogramming session, and share this video with the person in your life who needs to hear it most. Your growth ripples outward. When you rise, you give others permission to rise too. I honor the decision you made today. I'll see you at the next level.